What if I told you that the Navy just fired a weapon with an infinite magazine? No reload, no resupply, not running out of ammunition. The last decline, USS Primeborough, pointed to 60 kilowatt beams of light focused in the incoming drone and weighted 4 of them in an engagement. The technique that seemed like a science fiction became just military reality, and Navy's top official announced his goal: a laser on every ship. This is the weapon which can always change the Navy war. Over the last 2 years, the United States Navy has faced an enemy which he never expected. No aircraft carrier, not nuclear submarines, not hypersonic missiles. The Houthis. Cheap, expendable, deadly drone. In Yemen, the Houthis have launched wave after wave of unmanned aerial systems in the U.S. warships in the Red Sea, and there's a terrible mathematics which keeps the Navy commanders awakening at night. The cost of $20,000 is to build a single Houthi drone. A single RM-116 rolling airframe missile, Navy point defense weapon, is the cost of $1 million. Mathematics spends the enemy for every dollar America spends 50. But it gets worse. The USS threw so many missiles against the drone sword that it had to leave its patrol station just for weeks to reload. USS Carney, the same story. These billion-dollar aircraft carriers had to retreat because they were not damaged, but because they ran out of ammunition. And that's just Yemen. It's just happening. Imagine that China is launching thousands of drones in a Taiwan landscape. Imagine that Russia deployed AI-controlled swarm in Baltic. Mathematics is not just hard, it becomes impossible. The Navy was needed for a weapon who could have fire forever. They needed infinite ammunition. They needed laser. Helios, high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and monitoring. Made by Lockheed Martin, it is not the experimental laser of your grandfather. This is a 60-kilowatt direct energy weapon which is specially designed for a purpose: to kill drones and small boats before threatening American warships. What do I mean? 60 kilowatt does not seem much. Your microwave at home uses approximately 1 kilowatt. But Helios is not trying to heat your survivors. This weapon is diluted by its finger in a beam to 60,000 watts concentrated photon energy. He travels 186,000 miles per beam, speed of light. There is no missile that fast. No bullet does not come close. From the moment the trigger pulls the trigger and the moment of the gun pair effect, there is no delay. Beam hit, goal burns, the drone falls from the sky. And that's a game changer. As long as there's electricity in the ship, Helios can keep firing. No magazine to empty, no tube to reload, no supply ships do not require. Just burn your enemies, shoot, see, and see. When the USS Primeborough was first established in 2022, it became the first and currently the only Navy ship. For years, the Navy tested, kept calibrating, pushed the limitations of guided energy. Then the last fall, he made some unprecedented effort. During a demonstration in 2024, the USS Primeborough pointed and waited for Helios on the sky. Not one drone, 2. 4 unmanned aerial vehicles contacted the destroyer together. In any previous scenario, 4 missiles, 4 different engagement would need 4 opportunities to get something wrong. But Helios changed the rules. The system closed on the first drone. Beam engaged in seconds. The second drone was neutralized. Then the system kills the second goal. Fire. Neutral. Third goal. Fourth goal. When the dust settled or when the ash was settled, all 4 drones were terminated. Lockheed Martin CEO Jim Tillate announced this milestone during a quarterly earnings call last week. Helios weapon system has successfully neutralized 4 drone threats in the U.S. Navy operating counter-UAS display, eliminating the drone attacks by using laser, and save us the opportunity to save affiliate aircraft missiles for more advanced threats. Let me read the last part again. Save missiles for more advanced hazards. This is a strategy. This is the game theory. Use laser to swat to cheap drones. Save your valuable SM-2 and SM-6 for anti-ship missiles which actually threaten your ship. It's not just about having an infinite magazine. It is about resource allocation on the battlefield. In a drone sword, you do not have a missile fire. In every missile, you can set fire to a cruise missile or ballistic warhead. Helios just does not protect the ship. This makes every other weapon more effective. So, how does a laser really destroy a drone? It's not like films. There is no dramatic explosion, no scene beam bite through the sky. For naked eyes, you cannot see anything. But what's really going on here? Helios is called a solid-state laser. No chemicals, no gas, just electricity converted into direct concentrated light. The beam focuses on a point of target, usually the weakest component: motor, fuel tank, control surface. In seconds, the point becomes heat until the extreme temperature. Material warp, fry electronics, structural integrity fails. The drone does not explode, it just stops working. It forgot that it falls from the sky like a bird.
But Helios is not just a weapon. The name tells you everything. High-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and monitoring. The dazzler mode allows temporarily blind optical sensors and camera systems temporarily, without destroying them. Warning shots or obscure situations are perfect where you want to disable a drone's intelligence collection capacity without an international event. And the monitoring work means that Helios Cup is one of the most powerful optical tracking systems. Even when it is not shooting, it is scanning, making a picture of the danger environment. But here Lockheed Martin has already indicated they can scale this system. Helios currently operates on 60 kilowatts. The company has said that it can be upgraded to 150 kilowatts without changing the fundamental architecture. And right now, on the drawing board for Triumph-class warships, the Navy's Chief Naval Officer, Admiral Daryl Kodal, has suggested that those ships can take laser with the MW-class power rating. This is not 60 kilowatts. It's not 150. This is 1 million watt guided energy. At that power level, you are not just shooting drones. You potentially eliminate cruise missiles, anti-ship weapons, perhaps aircraft. But let's be honest, guided energy is not perfect, not yet. There are such reasons that the Navy ship-based laser is working without deploying in scale after the Reagan administration. First of all, atmospheric circumstances. Laser lose power as travel through air. Rain, mist, smoke, dust. They can scour or absorb all beams. The Red Sea is reactive. North Atlantic, very different story during a storm. Second, range. Helios is currently a close weapon system. Think hundreds of meters, not tens of kilometers. For long-range dangers, you still need missiles. Third, reliability. Shipboard environments are cruel. Salt spray, high humidity, continuous vibration. The precise optics required for laser weapons are notoriously insanitized in these situations. Admiral Kodal is honest with cruelty about these challenges. In 2025 in the Surface Navy Association seminar, he said that he was embarrassed by naval laser development. We will see you in the next. Fair winds in the following oceans.